Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Cold Fire, and I was guided to cut short my Gemini messages for today because I think this sudden expose on the, the occult practices and the manipulation practices of the karmics and matrix collective that they've been these psychic attacks that they have been doing through occult rituals, moon magic, um, dream state attacks, subconscious attacks. All of these things that they've been doing are getting exposed. Are getting exposed. That's why I was asked to cut short my Gemini reading. They're getting exposed right now, and I'm being called to duty to start exposing these energies. So I'm going to start. It's going to be. I'm just going to start pulling out the tarot cards before I start doing that. I'm going to put back the reading. I'm going to shuffle the decks. Please like, share, and subscribe if you would like me to connect to your specific situations and channel names, places, things, objects, creatures, colors, numbers, alphabets, um, any mythological entity or any spiritual entity that you connect with, archangels, angels, or God, universe, any location that you are trying to find here on earth from where these people function. We have the Lovers card here. I'm going to put it here for till I put. Okay, so no, I've been asked to put it back in the deck. Geminis are important. If you are a Gemini, or if you know of any Geminis, there's something about Geminis here. Geminis might be involved in the psychic attacks, or somebody might be pretending to be a Gemini. Somebody might be targeting Geminis. Somebody might be targeting you because you're a Gemini, and they have some past life beef, or beef from the past in this lifetime with a Gemini. um, Somebody might be cross with you because you're Gemini, like any of that. Whatever resonate, take what resonate and leave what does not. This is a general reading, so I'm channeling many situations, including my own, and something that is mostly closely connected to my narrative at the moment. The situation is being flipped. This is for the first time I've ever shuffled the card uh, face front and top down. Right. So something to do with Gemini season this year, or Geminis is really important right now, you guys. I just got called on like duty by the Seraphim, the Seraphim angel, the guardian angel of star seeds all over, incarnated on earth or not. Um, 144,000. If you connect with that, this message is for you. Very clearly, is for you. Um, you're being called on duty. 144,000. The Seraphim is the supreme archangel, and Archangel Michael is the guardian angel of twin flame, and the 144,000 star seed are the legion of Archangel Michael. So you would want to pray to Archangel Michael and ask for guidance and any instructions that he has for you right now in exposing uh, people conducting psychic attacks on the divine collective here on earth. Expose any occult, black magic, voodoo, witchy things. They're harvesting mental energy from people who are here on a creative purpose given to them by the divine source, universe, whatever resonates with you. Please pray to Archangel Michael to protect your mind, protect your soul energy. Also, all the other archangels, please tell them, ask them for their loving support, guidance, and protection. Okay, let's get started with this. The Holy Seraphim, the Archangel Michael, Holy Guardian and Protector, please protect this reading and me from now on here and for always, and give me guidance to expose these attacks that have been going on. Thank you for caring and nurturing, for your care and nurture, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael. When I was being assaulted with these energies, thank you for so much for taking care of me. Thank you, Archangel Metatron, for writing such a beautiful story and such a beautiful life purpose for my soul in this lifetime and all previous lifetimes. This is the timeline thing, a new timeline coming through. A timeline coming through. The invisible plane reality is already here, folks. Like, it's right here. It's here. It is here. That's why they are all running helter skelter and going ahead and exposing themselves. They're just going ahead and exposing themselves. So the invisible plane blessings are coming through. They're coming through in our material world reality. So these karmics and matrix clones are getting really, really, really insecure about us getting our blessings. Divine Collective, yes, we're getting our blessings. They see us receiving our blessings. They are actually seeing it with their constant, surveillance on us, trying to get readings on us, trying to focus on us and what we are getting, our work and things like that. They're seeing that there is this timeline that has suddenly emerged is full of the investment. We're getting some investments because of the work. Our work has come out into the world. Four of Wands here at the bottom of the deck, being asked to get it. It looks like first you're going to get an investment on your project from your person. They see these karmics and matrix people, rogue matrix and toxic karmics. They're seeing that we have been doing our work, and that we are getting rewarded now, some investment money coming through, and they know that we're getting everything. It's about us getting everything. And this twin flame marriage between us and our counterpart, the divine counterpart, twin flame or soulmate, it's happening. The proposal is coming through. So the money is coming through. There is a big chunk of investment coming through for your work. Somebody has seen your work. Your work has come out into the open. Everybody's heard about your work, and there are people who are ready to invest in you, to invest in us. The people, Divine Collective, all of your passion projects, your creative projects are ready to be invested in. They've seen the sincerity, and also they've seen the creative spark, and they've seen the potential what you have worked on so far. Yeah. Ten of Cups. It's like the happily ever after has been brewing in secrecy, and that and you've been. It's like somebody thinks that we are married and we have all of this, like, a lot of material world wealth and things like that, and there's a lot of jealousy energy that I'm sensing coming from the karmics and the matrix, who are still here, trying to find out what is the secret. Maybe they think that they're a secret society, or there is a secret society looking in on us, and I'm feeling that they're looking in on us, and now they like there is a secret pool of investors, the secret pool of investors who have secret the moon secrets, like shadow investors, like they're who they're in the shadows, looking around in the shadows. Or maybe this King of Wands person who's been pretending to be this player, this flirt, and this frivolous person that came up in the Gemini reading earlier. Like it's possibly our person is like this. Runs a network of angel investors, manages those angel investors, and these karmics and matrix people. They know about this. They found out about this. Like they did some research on our person, and they found out about this, and they were trying to please them and things like that, and trying to hide your work from them, but like your work is out in the open, and when it's our person, actual person, like divine counterpart, twin flame person, or soulmate, whatever we resonate with, according to our where we are on our soul's journey, right? They always know that you are old jazz, that they are saying you are not, and you aren't saying you are either. Like you're also keeping your work secret, and they are all it's they thought that they had their work cut out for them, like you're anyways like very secretive and private about your work, what you do, and they mistook it for us being very shy, and but like the our work, we always knew that our work will shine through, and we continue doing our work on our creative projects, and we continue doing that, and our person who's possibly an angel investor, or this angel investor here, it's a younger person, it's not an older person, who runs this secret angel investor network, right? They are this it's coming out this there is a big chunk of money on our individual names and our creative project that's coming through. We don't know it yet. We don't know it is because that speaking about this, like the money to our name has been put out there in the records, in the records. Wheel of Fortune, it's been put out there, and all of these karmics and matrix people are, they just know, like it's there, it's said, it's done, it's like kind of done, it's set in stone. It's an open secret now, like this amount, like a large amount also, like how it's like it's bigger than our hand can hold. So it's enough for our creative project to run smoothly enough, and more than enough. We don't even know all of this other, like we're because of this initial fund, we've magnetized plenty of more pockets of rounds of seed funding, and it's been told to us a little later, like this has been there's like discussions happening about this, like, it's like so official on the secret investment side that and it's like we're completely unaware of it, like the details of it, how much is it and things like that. It's just like a grand amount that is coming through, grand amount that's coming through. Some people think that they can steal it, like they can pretend to be you, uh, they can pretend to be us, and they can like, I mean, that's just so stupid. Like they're hitting the self-sabotage. They're going to self-sabotage button by attempting to by pretending to be us, because they're, first of all, there are, look at the difference, look at the difference. I think they're gonna get the investment if they pretend to be like, look at the difference between this crap shit of a person, and look at us working. This angel investment circle knows the difference between us working on a creative project versus these people who are pretending to be us, creating false identities, creating false uh, proof, stealing our work and creating shit copies of that, making us surrender our ideas to them, and harvesting mental energy, like some uh, really basic things, possibly the things that we discarded, the ideas that we discarded completely, and just out of sheer jealousy and competitiveness, and saying that, oh no, it was me, I'm this too, I am this too, I'm this artist, I'm this creative, I also have a creative project, I also do this, you know like, do you think like this big network of these really wealthy people, angel investors, who have been operating in secret, and they have such a big portfolio of investment, are going to not be able to tell the difference between this type of a person and this type of a person? They're looking for this type of a person no matter what this type of a person does. They're always going to know to look for this type of a person. This person is a is a nuisance. Is a nuisance. It's like a pest. It's like a bug. They're an infestation. They're an infestation. Angel investors are not going to be interested in any infestation. They're interested in creative genius that they can see with just like basic rough work and rough notes of our projects, and they know that that they're uh, that it's us, right? They know that, who's the creative collective. They know, not just the divine collective. They know who the creative collective is, and they know now, like very clearly. They know as we speak. Like, they're coming to know, like, okay, let's say, like this pool of investors has identified us as people who they want to and are going to invest in, right? So now we become their investment. We become the artist that they have set aside this big chunk of money to invest in, right? And somebody who's impersonating us becomes these and the secret pool of angel investments in investors. They become their enemy. The person who are in person trying to impersonate us become the pool of angel investors number one enemy. Anybody trying to impersonate their artist, it becomes number one enemy. And the next target group of these angel investors are going to be the ones who are trying to harm us physically, because now money is attached, new money is attached to us and our creative genius. Even before, like, they have interacted with us personally, even before they've told us. It's like they're giving us no choice. Like, here's the money and you create. It's that easy for us. It is that easy, guys. It is literally that easy. Because we know, and God knows, and everyone knows that we will keep doing our work. We will keep doing our work. And our person knows that, no matter how they behave, like, no matter what is happening in the love life situation and the relationship, like, we we are working on our creative pursuits and we are holding space for them in a loving way. Our person also knows they have vouched for us in front of the secret angel investors group. And they didn't have to try much. Like, they didn't have to try much. They were like, yeah, yeah, my my person is, yeah, that creative, yes, it's true. Yeah, she's going to keep he or she's going to keep doing that. Like, there's no need to waste your time in observing it. Just go through their work and see, and they've seen, and whatever they see and whatever they've heard, like, people, and it's still very original. It's still very original, whatever they've seen, whatever they've heard. And everybody else is like, can pretend to be us, and then they're blocked. They're being blocked. 2222. They're being blocked. Whoever tried to block us is now being blocked. They're being blocked, and now they're being exposed. The ones who blocked us are being exposed. The ones who blocked us are now being exposed. This expose is happening. Let's get some Rider-Waite tarot cards. You're going to have some support, like real world support here coming through, but that's going to take time. Like, till then, we're going to have to keep working, and it's good. We like working. We like working. There's real life support coming through, like physical world support coming through, like this super steady support is coming through. The Four of Wands, like, it's magically appearing right in between the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. It's like magically appearing for your work. It's like a studio space, living space, money, bank account, or like financial support, actual uh, verbal communication support. Like, this is like a voice assistant. This is a wealth management assistant. This is like an actual physical space, like a studio space for us to do our creative project. And all is like, you're just like putting yourself in here. That's it. Now, funded by this angel investment. Claim it, guys. Like, share, and subscribe. Claim this reading. It's just coming through. This is a timeless read, so doesn't matter when you're watching it. hardship and waiting for your wishes to come through, all of that is ending. It's ending, right? The waiting and the hardship and the struggle, and then the constant like having to walk away or send people away, turn people away, all that is ending, and this is coming through. The collaborations, the workshops, and the partnerships of your soul desires, it's coming through. It's coming through. Oh, spirit, what is being exposed? Like we want to know the exposing. But I think I'm gonna get the Edmund Dulac. What is being? This is ending. Like hardships ending. Dramatic endings between. They're being shot down. These culprits are being shot down. Somebody's watching them. From a very a high vantage point. They're seeing these like clouds, like can't control their behavior, and also some of the culprits like sneaking away, sneaking away. And meanwhile, like this energy is happening for us, like past life soulmates, platonic, like coming together energetically. The divine masculine like taking charge, and like brutal endings showing up here. Brutal endings showing up here. It's like they're accessing their happy place. It's like some wish fulfillment from a past lifetime is coming through. They're feeling the energy. They're probably talking to people, their friends from their childhood, and it's confirmed. Maybe this angel investment network is very closely connected. That was functioning in the shadow. It was very closely connected to childhood people from their lives. Um, okay, so somebody is getting locked up. 717, as I said that. 2717. Somebody's getting locked up, or they have been shot down right now. Right now, as we speak, like somebody got caught. Many, I think, you're suddenly going to hear on the news, like a voodoo practitioner got a rebound spell. Like they tried to do some voodoo magic right now, and it just rebounded. It just rebounded. They tried to do some voodoo practices to like poke holes in us while we were concentrating on our work and things like that. So try to pin us down, and it's like that spell rebounded. It's like they went into a coma of of some sort. It's 7 o'clock. They went into a state of limbo of some sort. And it probably like the body was found by like some animals, roadside animals. They're bleeding very badly, and their spine is like the spine has suffered like massive damage from the rebound spell work that came back like multifold, or what they tried to do. uh yeah, they're in a state of limbo. They got attacked by their own spell work, is what I'm seeing. Somebody's trying to sneak away and hide all the dark magic objects, like all the evidence. Somebody's trying to hide all the evidence. Justice system is on their back right now. Right now, Wheel of Fortune, as we speak, justice system is on their back. Right now, this angel of death is following them. These new spirit guides are sending through. There is some corrupt, very, very corrupt, toxic, karmic feminine here showing up, that's been like, uh, hogging in space on this place of businesses. And she cannot stop mouthing herself off, like interfering people businesses, especially the ones that these angel investors have invested in. She's going around everywhere saying that she's the one here, she's the business owner, she's the business owner, right? She's been going around and saying this, when it is when there is nothing, she's got nothing to do with it. She's been saying that, and now this of official is being sent through. Their nickname is the Angel of Death. They're being sent through to catch. Many of these are there around the world. Being said, they're being guided by these new spirit guides towards those toxic feminines who are being trying to put a claim to this angel investment, secret angel investors, collective businesses. She's trying to put association just by constantly being in those business spaces. There are angel of death kind of officers being set on foot. He's going to show up as business as Mr. Prince Charming, and lead her straight to captivity, the toxic feminine that is happening as we speak, or is possibly already happened. And like it's like there's nowhere to hide. All the hideouts have been exposed. Yeah, all the hideouts have been exposed. There was some kind of fight here, possibly, that they've heard of. Maybe somebody got really beaten up, and the goons that this toxic feminine had gathered got hurt or ran away, and now and all the evidence on their dark objects have been dug up, and they're going crazy, like oh, because all the spell because rebounded, and they're kind of going crazy. They're literally going crazy, like actually sitting on the bed and like going crazy, probably like holding their head and weeping and going round and down, round and speaking in demonic voices and tones and stuff like that. That is all coming true. And even if they've not yet been caught, they're going to be institutionalized. They're going to the spell work has gone really bad. Like it's rebounded on them, and they've just lost it. Maybe they're sitting around somewhere, like in dark corners and screaming, holding their head. Now the devil is after them. They are like they possibly got into some fight, and they got brutally hurt, and the people, the goons that they'd hired and placed everywhere. Like I'm hearing something about the goons got into a lot of fights. The clout that these toxic feminines had gathered, all of the matrix psychological mind manipulation objects, as well as the dark objects, had been uncovered, and everybody that they had hired, the cloud got into massive fights, and like a lot of them perished and a lot of them got hurt. So now their bodies, their hurt bodies, are being found and like put into hospitals, and they're waking up in the hospital, like in this mind trance, in this demonic mind, enraged mind space. And they're fighting with the hospital staff, and they're in institutions, and this expose is happening, like Eight of Wands and the Moon card. This constant expose is happening. There is definitely a Pisces involved. There is a Libra who's shining up, like who's like who's this justice, like this wheel of fortune, like karmic justice, kind of a person, um a higher up official, possibly, um the Emperor divine masculine, and his divine masculine energies, possibly one of the divine masculine collective here on earth, but not on a like counterpart journey. on the twin flame journey. So he's like a twin flame mascot who's who's doing the duty of making sure that there is justice, the virtue of justice here on this timeline, this new auspicious timeline that has opened for the creative soul here who've been on a life purpose and diligently. And so they are like the mascot who's going to bring about the virtue of justice and harmony on this new timeline that's coming from the invisible plane. And because their energy has risen up like this, the divine masculine mascot of justice has risen up like this. Uh, you know, they're exposing, definitely exposing a Pisces here, um, possibly an Aries, Pisces, maybe a Libra is also involved, or whoever this Libra is involved because of their archetype getting that um, the unlocking of the highest of virtues, that is justice. In this time they're speaking up, they're speaking up again. A Libra has possibly is helping out with this expose, finally getting a chance to expose, like, this these Aries people that are involved, this Pisces people that are involved. um yeah, in this, and or the Aries people involved and the Pisces people involved are also speaking up, because they can't because they have been captured, they did put up a fight, they did try to sneak away, but all of these objects, they have linked them back. They have linked them back. These people now, they're worried, but their minds are so messed up, and they're just speaking the truth, like in bursts, and like I can feel their faces like contorted, they're hissing and spitting on truth, and they're just running around like fighting in the police stations, they're fighting in the hospitals, they're fighting in midway somewhere in the water bodies, and threatening to jump and all of that, while people who are being charged with the energy of justice, they are just speaking, they're speaking to like media houses, they're giving their interviews, they're giving out as much information as possible. There's sudden onslaught of information on these dark activities coming through. Whoever's involved, not involved, there are a lot of people functioning under this activity of speaking the truth suddenly, because they know somebody big has been shot down. Somebody big has been shot down. A toxic karmic feminine has been shot down massively, and she's in captivity and she's going absolutely crazy. All the evidence on her has been uncovered. All the occult objects, as well the psychological objects used to stalk and harass and to copy and mimic, social media hacking, all of those gadgets and uh, for psychological manipulation, harassment, um, as well as dark occult objects, all have been found like in her name. Like magic always leaves a trace. Like so, these practitioners, these psychics, hired by the authorities, they have identified the location of where those dark objects were buried, and that evidence has been uncovered, as well as these people who were trying to sneak away their gadgets, some like they were paired. The pairing got activated somehow. The pairing was activated, and to deactivate those objects would have had to be excavated from wherever they were hidden, possibly like from the middle of the lake, and then deactivated because it was going to like the source, like the central system of investigative agencies, that there are these objects like blaring, because this is crime investigation bureaus, right? So these objects were highly uh, rigged, rigged in the criminal investigation. Wherever they were dumped, even if they were dumped at the bottom of the ocean, they had to be excavated because they were messing around. with the central systems of the investigating bureaus and agencies. So they had to be excavated, even if they were at the bottom of the ocean. Like I said, they had to be excavated to be deactivated. These were gadgets that did not consider that they did not consider anything beyond the first degree of like, okay, we are doing this to hide our IPs and things like that. We're deleting this, we're changing phone numbers, etc. They will never be able to link us to this, all of that only to the superficial first degree um um care, like they took first degree care, or they were so careless, they just thought that they were going to win. Once they had this big money, they could do anything. Money is nothing. Money is nothing. You need to be a sort of a genius. Anybody can get money. 404, like on the clock, like anybody can get money. Anybody can get money. Money is nothing. You it's always available. Uh, Anybody who steals in any way, shape, or form, like, by faking it, by stealing it, and doesn't matter, like, it's just money. And in fact, money is also like, probably it's been uncovered in audit documents, some evidence. The audit that is happening right now as we close the final accounts for this year, a March year end. We're closing March as the first files that come up were linked to this person. The first audit file of the first basic audit, like routine audit files, has exposed the dark money wherever they've been sending. And that just led to, like, exposing of the layers and layers and layers and layers of truth. Like suddenly it's just getting exposed. It's like just keep on getting exposed. And this person, like, is they have literally fried their minds. Even the ones who are exposing this, and even the ones who have helped and uncovered all of this, they were under the spell of this person, this toxic karmic feminine. And like all of these people who were involved in this crime, their minds are under, like, they're being controlled. I'll tell you, they're being controlled by the seraphim that is instructing these spiritual guides. These are all energy fields, so they don't even know who's controlling them. It's like the angel of death coming through, like two spirits. Like, this is like the piper energy, and this is the one who's offering them that final drink that will kill them. And this is being instructed by the seraphim that is a supreme archangel, this toxic karmic feminine who has been sitting in, trying to force, manipulate connection with these um, established businesses and business people and business venues. She's been doing that, and possibly doing occult rituals, continuously attacking divine feminine collective, and putting them on, trying to put them under a depression spell, or putting death spells on them. They've been continuously doing that, possibly multiple times in a day. And that kind of toxic evil magic will lead to you losing your mind completely. They have lost their mind completely. Like, the way I'm seeing them, like, acting right now, it's like their eyes are like wide open. They're like, spitting and screaming. They're talking in multiple tongues in like hoarse voices. Their mouths are frothing at the edges. They're eating like, they're eating crap, like they're just picking things up and chewing on them, and they're vomiting out like objects, voodoo practice objects like strings and rotten fruit, rotten meat. Or they possibly like found like jars of bugs and like these scorpionic, like like scarabs and scorpion tails and things like that. um these bugs, like, and that kind of poison in their system, or not in the system but in their house, like scorpion stings, poison, and all of these dark objects, and it's linked, like their names are on it. Like they had left labels, they had left their names, they had left their, on the gadgets, they had left their personal accounts or their phone numbers over there. Like, this belongs to me, this is my gadget, and I hate on this XYZ divine feminine. This the divine masculine is mine, this business is mine, I know it should be mine, it's rightfully mine, I should be married to so and so. And all of these like spell works to forge an association with divine masculine. And it's not just this one central toxic feminine, it was a bunch of people who were doing that, men and women alike, like on divine masculine, trying to forge a connection. And all of that has come out. First of all, it's rebound on them, and they are literally now like dead bodies, like just now they just become like a case, they just become like an expose case till all of their crimes and shady activities and nefarious activities just come out into the open and are exposed all over media. You're going to be hearing a lot of names, long list of names, and it's already started. One of my friends, I don't watch the news, I don't get any news. All my messages are channeled messages from entities all across the cosmos, dark entities as well as light entities. And I don't get any news updates or anything of that sort. And now, finally, it's been many, many years. Like, it's been more than 10 years that I haven't gone and willingly watched news. And even if I get anything, I just tell them to, if anybody send me any forwards, I just tell them to cut it off by being polite. And obviously my social media, nothing, like absolutely zilch, no news. But my friend, she's told me there's a lot of stuff coming out into the news. It's getting exposed by the media, these people are getting exposed by the media, and all of the truth is coming out. It's been compiled. The wheel of fortune is like it's like the consolidated statement, uh, ready and exposed now. And these people are, they wanted they wanted that last bit of fame, so they are okay with showing up like crazy people in the institution and just owning up, yes, I did it, and this is the ring. So they're taking that last bit of fame, right? They are showing up and lashing out, yes, I did it, yes, I did it, like, I hate her. I hate him. No, this was supposed to be my money. It was supposed to be my home. It was supposed to be for me. They had promised it to me, and how could, like, all this spiteful bitterness, like, all the opportunities that they've lost, or hoping that the divine collective would lose, um, but and hoping the divine collective would lose. Now they're all speaking up against the opportunity that they were hoping collective would lose, right? They were hoping that the divine collective would lose something, and not they're speaking up about that, like very spitefully and bitter. It's like, how can they will get all of these opportunities? Look at that, they're such losers, and blah 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 blah. Look at them, they're always like sitting around spaced out. Not just the divine collective, it's the creative collective, sorry, creative collective. Look at these creative people. Look at these artist people. Look at them. They have nothing. They just sit around spaced out. Like, they don't do anything. And how can they get all of this offer? Where are they getting all of this offer? What have they done, etc.? What have they created? Like, they're just like bitching about the creative collective here, these toxic feminists, these culprits, and whoever's exposing them. They had no idea. They did nothing. They've not earned money. And this higher up authority is coming through. Like, they're taking these statements and they're spreading it out into the worldwide network of media houses, and their clips are going on, like on loop. The photographs, the statements, the words are coming out on loop. We have the four of wands, like, and that is like making us look like, and it's going to generate a lot of curiosity about the creative collective around the world. And that's how we are going to get discovered, because of our graceful presence here, creative presence here. Even if we're like nut job, like, sometimes we also crack open, and we also like it's funny. It's funny. It's humorous. It's still classy and still graceful. Like, when we've just lost it, and like, it's just because the creative work is obviously, like, sometimes it's exceptionally infuriating. Um, but even if you're like screaming and yelling and like scolding someone, it's always done with some sort of creative genius, right? So it's like that kind of thing is also coming out into the open. uh that's Gabriel's horn there, the train horn. No, the truth is coming out, like, that is how we are getting introduced to the world, my friends, because of our haters. They can't stop talking loudly and vocally, like going on for that last bit of fame that they are hoping to get, like, so they're going around bitching about us, like publicly recording it, sharing the recording, being on video calls like with a lot of people. And there's this main media person, like somewhere, like media person, he's gathering all these bits and files and sending it around the world. Like, I see someone in media who runs like a very famous media page, or a collection of media page. And there is these all of our haters of the creative collective, like, they're taking our names and talking about us and discussing our work and bitching about us. And they've collected these files, they've collected these words, and they've just sent it all around the network of all the other media houses that they know. And and that's how all these media houses are getting introduced to our work, and they're realizing all the opportunities that they have missed out on working with us, and indulged in these idiotic, like, wannabe influencers, wannabe Instagram bloggers, wannabe Instagram social media influencers, wannabe whatever, wannabe creative just for internet popularity, wannabe creative for internet popularity, likes and stuff, that is getting exposed. And then, like, all of these other media houses, they're like genuinely like, what the hell, like, okay, let's give them their last bit of fame. And there's like sort of this anger, like worldwide media house anger, like Instagram people are angry, YouTube people are angry, Facebook people are angry. They're thinking that their platforms could have been so much more better without these, like, they encouraged them, but they didn't know that it will become so horribly toxic, like all of these psychic attacks, all these voodoo, witchy, washy thing, like, candle magic and stuff like that. And that is also, like, causing them a lot of trouble, or trouble, a lot of ailments they didn't know. And it's like, oh my god, the psychic attacks and these objects, and this is how it's done, and the grand expose, like a worldwide expose of these things, these dark activities these people have been doing. Nine of Wands, causing challenge to all agencies as well as individual creative people around the world. Oh my god. And the death spells that were being casted on everyone, left, right, center. So they're like, if they're capable of putting death spell on the creative collective, like the angel uh investors network is like, oh hell no, like, if they're into death spells and things like that, like put them behind bars right now. Even Instagram, whoever it might be, like they're like, if these people are capable of doing all of these things to like these artists who like po- most definitely have no money, all these YouTubers, genuine tarot readers, definitely, running on like water and air, and still putting out the content there on our platforms. And if these people are so bitter against them, these people are stealing their work, and trying to get all the for the likes and YouTube ad revenue and things like that, they're gonna be like, shut them down, find them, find this network of criminals who are using occult practices to shut them down. And that's what has happened. The authorities were told, okay, the higher up authorities in every city, village, town, jungle, or ever was collectively activated worldwide. I think that was the G20 summit that happened. Like, would shoot these people down. The ones would be doing these occult practices against the creative collective, because that was the best way. Because the creative collective is like, we don't care, like, or I don't care, like, let me do my work. And it's like the best way to find it out, like find out who it's like to find out who has heard these people, who's lingering around these creative people, or because the creative people are just gonna like whose phones are paired with them, and observe their activity. And that's what has happened, and that's how the authorities have compiled it. Because I'm sure, like, when we had to go and speak to the authorities when we were in excessive pain and worried about our lives, we went and told them about these names, and we ended the conversation with saying that, you know what, but like, I don't want to disturb the peace of my life. My peace of mind is very important, even if I perish doing that. And the authorities, as a general human gesture, they said that we will be keeping an eye on you. You can continue doing your good work. So that's what I have for you on this note, and I think that's a lot. Anything? Oh yeah, okay. The Lenormand Oracle. Let's end this reading. We have the Seraphim here, the Supreme Archangel, the guardian of the star seeds across the cosmos. Yeah, they are the ones who are like controlling and activating all of this expose. Yep, 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 yep. Yep. They're doing it. This is cosmic justice. Like, what can I say? Cosmic justice. Okay, here. Cosmic justice is at play. What can I say? Let's see what they have to say. What are they exposing? They're exposing it through surveillance drone in the shape of bird information coming through. Yep, things that were buried in ponds and lakes being exposed. Whoa, really fast. Street urchins that were hiding and spying for the authorities. Street urchins. Yeah, the place where they caught kept child trafficking places, they caught and tortured people, possibly murdered someone. All the murder and evidence is coming out, like bones and things like that, objects belonging to people who they've killed. An undercover investigator posing as a watchman, farmer, or somebody who just lives uh, in uh, in forests, or like, pretending to be a homeless person. There's a book that has been compiled of, like, possibly a journalist, a retired journalist, who was guided to look into this and write a book and circulate it internally in the police force, in the investigative agencies, so that they could learn from storytelling. This book is being written as we speak. Also very 144,000, and that book, or a series of book, or no, a whole book, like the magnum opus of an investigative journalist. This is possibly an autobiography of an investigative journalist, but very, very secret, like circulated to only a select few, like in the armed forces, police forces. Yeah, expose, like the higher ups, like, the satellites are picking up. Satellites are showing where they've buried young children. It's showing up on the satellites, like, as spirits of young children coming out and exposing the locations of where the dead body is, and the evidence has been uncovered where they were holding people hostage and torturing them, and possibly experimental drug like cells. uh, yeah, and people who have died because of that, experimenting experimental drugs. Young children, especially young girls who have died because of that. That's been exposed. uh, these women who were part of this experimental drug racket, uh, who have basically lost their mind completely, like, sitting there cooking up some kind of poisonous variation of the drugs, and like feeding it to birds, and so that they can control the birds and things like that, doing some voodoo witchy crap, pretending to be and then they just suddenly snap out of it and pretend to be ladies, having a job and business. Like, they get fake identities and fake families and all of that. They gather mother, father, all of them are related to this experimental drug problem. And there's this undercover investigator that's actually just a spirit, and the spirit um has taken over a lot of constables around the world. It's a worldwide, like, the spirit is connected to the souls of constables, and the spirit is guiding a lot of constables around the world to bring these culprits down. Yeah, there are trees. They're working working under specific trees, and the spirit of the woodland spirit is speaking up, and trees can let out a scent, a smell, and that is how these constables are finding the place where that smell's coming from. And obviously, like, evidence kind of like, if you bury evidence, the flora around it, like the roots, it'll get absorbed. It will start getting into the root system of trees and plants around, and it on the surface surrounding these plants, there will be growth according to the to what is being buried there, right? and the leaves will smell different, and putrid smell for 444, as I said that, especially around dead bodies, like, the growth, the weeds are different. The trees are suddenly looking different, smelling different, and that's coming true. uh yeah, it's just happened suddenly right now. All right, so that's what I have for you, and I'll see you in the next reading. Please like, share, and subscribe if you would like me to channel your specific situation, and also energies connected to you and your own energies. Thank you, and have a good day. Bye.